We're only here 2:30 to 3, and the selectmen had training for the New Hampshire Municipal Association. The sole purpose today is for the selectmen to go through the warrant and vote on the warrant articles, whether they yea or nay on them, and then briefly discuss the budget hearing that's coming up and the process that we're gonna use. And that's all we're doing today. So with that said, you wanna lead us through the warrant articles?
Yes, Article 1 is to choose all necessary town officers for the ensuing year, selectmen for 3 years. There's 2 positions, superintendent and sexton of cemeteries for 1 year, 1 position, and trustee of the trust funds for 3 years, 1 position. Article 2, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $5,942,318 for general municipal operations during the ensuing year. This sum does not include amounts contained in individual separate special warrant articles addressed separately in the warrant. I do need to vote on that. Do we just go
Okay.
through each one, or?
Yep. So, Mort, do you vote yes?
Yes.
Mort is yes?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Carl?
No.
Okay, let's move on to the next.
Article 3, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $185,000 to be added to the highway heavy equipment capital reserve fund previously established.
Mort?
Yes.
Yes. I'm a yes. Carl?
Yes.
Ford?
To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $77,500 for the purpose of purchasing and outfitting a new cruiser for the police department, and further to fund this appropriation by authorizing the withdrawal of this amount from the unassigned fund balance. No amount to be raised by general taxation.
Mort?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Carl?
Yes.
Next.
To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $625,000 to be added to the road capital reserve fund previously established.
Mort?
Yes.
Greg?
Yes.
I'm a yes. And Carl?
No.
Number 6. Go ahead.
To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $150,000 to be added to the fire rescue vehicle capital reserve fund previously established.
Yes.
Mort is yes.
Yes.
I'm a yes. Carl?
Yes.
To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate $135,000 to be placed in the following designated capital reserve funds previously established, and further to fund this appropriation by authorizing the withdrawal of $135,000 from the unassigned fund balance. No amount to be raised by general taxation. This includes $50,000 for the municipal buildings capital reserve fund, $2,500 for the Campton Historical Building capital reserve fund, $7,500 for the fire department equipment capital reserve fund, and $75,000 for the solid waste disposal capital reserve fund.
Yes.
Mort's a yes. Greg?
Yes.
I'm a yes. And Carl?
Yes.
To see if the town will vote to establish a contingency fund for the current year for unanticipated expenses that may arise, and further to raise and appropriate $25,000 to put in the fund. This sum to fund the unassigned fund balance. No amount to be raised by general taxation. Any appropriation left in the fund at the end of the year will lapse to the general fund.
Yes.
Mort's a yes. Craig?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Carl?
Yes.
To see if the town will vote to establish a master plan fund for the current year to revise and update the current master plan for the town in conjunction with the planning board as is required by the state every 10 years, and further to raise and appropriate $50,000 to put in the fund. This sum to come from unassigned fund balance. No amount to be raised by general taxation. Any appropriation left in the fund at the end of the year will lapse to the general fund.
Yes.
Mort's a yes.
Yes.
Carl's yes. I'm a yes. Carl?
Yes.
To see if the town will vote to establish a voting machine fund for the current year with the purchase of new voting machines and voting materials, and further to raise and appropriate $24,300 to put in the fund. This sum comes from unassigned fund balance. No amount to be raised by general taxation. Any appropriation left at the end in the fund at the end of the year will lapse into the general fund.
Yes.
Mort's a yes. Craig?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Carl?
Yes.
To see if the town will vote to establish a recreation revolving fund pursuant to RSA 35-B:2, Roman numeral 2. The money received from fees and charges for recreation park services and facilities shall be allowed to accumulate from year to year and shall not be part of the general fund unassigned fund balance. The treasurer shall have custody of all monies in the fund and shall pay out the same only upon the order of the Board of Selectmen, and no further legislative body approval required. And further, to raise and appropriate the sum of $5,000 to be added to the recreation revolving see that I did a double there.
Yeah.
This sum to come from unassigned fund balance. No amount to be raised with general taxation. These funds may be expended only for recreation purposes as stated in RSA 35-B, and no expenditure should be made in such a way as to require the expenditure of other funds that have not been appropriated for that purpose.
Yes.
Yes, Craig?
Yes.
I'm a yes, and Carl?
Yes.
To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $10,000 to be added to the library capital reserve fund previously established.
Yes. Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
I'm a yes, Carl?
Yes.
Shall the town vote to adopt the provisions of RSA 72:28-B, all veterans tax credit? If adopted, the credit will be available to any resident or the spouse of, or surviving spouse of any resident who, one, served not less than 90 days on active service in the armed forces of the United States and was honorably discharged, or an officer honorably separated from services and is not eligible for or receiving credit under RSA 72:28 or RSA 72:35. If adopted, the credit granted will be $750, the same amount as the standard or optional veterans tax credit voted by the town under RSA 72:28.
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
I'm a yes, and Carl?
Yes.
Shall we delegate the duties and responsibilities of the cemetery trustees to the board of selectmen?
Yes.
Yes.
Craig, yes, I'm a yes. Carl?
Yes.
Shall the town modify the provisions of RSA 72:39A for elderly exemption from property tax in the town of Campton based on assessed value for qualified taxpayers to be as follows? For a person 65 years of age up to 75 years, 40,000. For a person 75 years of age up to 80 years, 60,000. For a person 80 years of age or older, 200,000. To qualify, the person must have been a New Hampshire resident for at least 3 consecutive years, own the real estate individually or jointly, or if the real estate is owned by such person's spouse, they must have been married to each other for at least 5 consecutive years. In addition, the taxpayer must have had a net income of not more than 30,000, or if married, a combined net income of less than 45,000, and own net assets not in excess of 75,000, excluding the value of the person's residence. Just to note, what changed in this was the net assets went from 50 to 75,000, and the combined income for married, we went from 35 to 45,000, and single went from 29 to 30,000. I tried to keep it comparable to the towns around.
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
I'm a yes, Carl?
Yes.
To see if the town will vote to establish a police vehicle and equipment revolving fund pursuant to RSA 31:95-H for the purpose of purchasing police vehicles and equipment related to all police activities. All revenues received from detail fees will be deposited into the fund, and the money in the fund should be allowed to accumulate from year to year and shall not be considered a part of the town's general fund balance. The town treasurer shall have custody of all money in the fund and shall pay out the same only upon order of the governing body, and no further approval is required by the legislative body to expend. Such funds may be expended only for the purpose for which the fund was created.
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Carl?
Yes.
You're really good at speed reading.
Yes.
Sorry.
I vote yes.
Shall the town vote to change the cemetery sexton position from being elected to appointed pursuant to RSA 289:7, Roman numeral 2? If such a vote is passed, the appointment shall not take effect until the next annual meeting.
Yes.
Yes, Craig?
Yes.
I'm a yes, and Carl?
Yes.
To see if the town will vote to change the purpose of the existing bridge construction, bridge repair, bridge reconstruction capital reserve fund to the bridge capital reserve fund with the purpose of constructing, reconstructing, improving, and maintaining town bridges. Again, this is just a change of name and making sure that our purpose is clear because, in different warrant articles in the past, the name of the fund itself was, consistently moved. And so we want to make it very clear.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a yes, Carl?
Yes.
And then Article 19, to see if the town will vote to accept the reports of agents and officers hereto chosen, and to transact any other business that may legally come before said meeting, which are just perfunctory, warrant articles with the DRS.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm a yes, Carl?
Yes.
And we have to vote on the last one? To transact any other business that may legally come?
I don't think you have to vote on these ones at all.
Okay.
Here's the last page that you need to sign, and then I have to do an update in the DRA with the actual votes, and then I can, print this out and post it and all that good stuff.
Sorry, vote.
Yep, you need to sign.
Both sides.
Yes.
see your person from New Hampshire Municipal,
They go on the other side.
yeah, so,
Right.
if you wanna check on, Michelle. You with them?
Yep, that's, he's gonna start setting up. Alright, so you wanna talk about the budget presentation?
Yeah, so, we didn't get to talk about the budget presentation in our last meeting. And so my question to you is, do you wanna do it the way we've done it in the past, where we all take a section and we just summarize the changes? Or do you want to change it up and have, Kate grab it and run with it, and we can just jump in when we need to? What's your
Would-
preference?
I personally don't have a preference either way, I guess it's whatever is easiest for everyone. But, you know, I'm fine either way, I guess, yeah.
Cause Kate
Kate, I
wanted.
guess I'm gonna
Okay.
What Kate wants.
for my decision, Kate, are you okay running through this whole thing, or?
To be honest, it is your budget, so I do
Yeah.
think that it's good to have all of you speak on it. What I did wanna do for, talk with Sharon about this is, kinda change your presentation up a little bit more though, so that I know what areas you are speaking of, and then actually making, the slides so that you can talk about what the changes are. A lot of times when the board, because the board hasn't had the intricate knowledge or there's so much with it, and you're not living it like I am, you don't see all the, or remember all the changes. So I was thinking that, or I could just make that up and then I can, present, it's however you folks would like it, but I thought that would be very helpful no matter what we do,
Yeah.
so that people can see what changed under certain departments.
Right, so she's gonna try to develop on PowerPoint.
Right.
Cheat sheet for us, to
Right.
help us
Right,
quickly summarize it.
Yep.
And then we can add lib to it with our knowledge as well,
sure,
so.
yeah, that makes sense.
I'm good with that.
You good with that?
Yep.
We're good with that.
Okay. Alright,
You good with that?
I just need to, like, do I need to know who's gonna be saying what?
Yeah, we need to, we'll go through here and we'll see who's gonna take what. So, the selectmens, I don't know if you normally get that. Yeah, yeah. I just didn't do the selectmen and town clerk tax collector.
Okay,
The
yeah.
first one, out of the gate. We would like to do executive administration.
I'll do it.
Is that good, Rick?
That was me.
That was not good.
I'm gonna do like the next four, the assessors, the legal, personnel, and planning board. And we can do,
You're doing planning and zoning?
and zoning, yes.
Did you say zoning?
Yes.
Yeah. So those five.
Yeah. And I'll just finish the page off, I'll just do town mapping.
Government buildings, cemetery insurance, what would you like to do, Carl?
I can do the first two, I don't know a whole lot about insurance, but it is only 2 lines.
Yeah, and that was pretty easy.
I can get, I'll make a cheat sheet.
I'll go straight.
Okay. Advertising and regional and other general government, I can jump in on that one. Unless somebody else wants to jump in.
No, you've got pretty good knowledge on the, the advertising, the issue.
Yeah. Who wants the police department? What, I think you usually do
Sure, I'll do
police,
it.
don't
Yes.
you?
Yep.
Who wants fire department?
I'll do that. In the next region, mutual aid and forest fires.
Okay. All kind of goes together. How are you gonna do emergency management,
I'll
sign,
go, right through highway.
and right to the highway? Hydrant rental, utilities, solid waste and landfill, sum up for that, you know?
So who's doing hydrant rental?
I am,
Okay, all right.
utilities and solid waste, and landfill
Solid.
administration, okay?
Yeah.
Unless you wanna do it.
No, I was just saying sorry.
Oh, sorry, I had to do it, right? Phoebe River Utilities,
I'll do it.
Who said that?
more. You wanna do, the health agencies?
Sure. Do it
And
right
town
down to,
welfare?
yeah, sure.
What's that?
I just had a copy
Oh,
Sharon, do you
more,
wanna do
you
parks?
might as well just pick up other welfare there too,
Yeah,
cause that really goes together.
right, yeah.
Okay.
No, I was thinking Parks and Rec.
Mhm.
You wanna do that? Can you? That, I think I've been involved in that.
Yeah, I have, both Morton and I have.
You wanna do it more?
Doesn't matter, I don't care.
But I can do it.
All right.
Sure.
Library, you wanna do that, Carl? Are you comfortable with that, or you want Craig to do it?
I can do it.
What is it?
Library.
Library.
Who's doing recreation, I'm sorry?
I am. So Craig, can we get you to do patriotic purposes, conservation commission?
Sure.
Shouldn't some of these be Dan?
We will talk, I'll talk to Dan. I mean, we may shift some around, but again, with the childcare issues, he's had bangs, I gotta talk to him.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Long-term debt. Kate, why don't you pick up long-term debt and long-term interest? Because you know about that, I can jump in. And the capital reserve funds, do you feel that you could do that?
Yeah.
That's really administration. And then, who wants to do capital reserve funds by undesignated fund balance? Here, any volunteers?
Crickets.
I can do that if you want.
Cricket?
I can do all of the.
Do-
capital
okay, why
reserve
don't you
ones.
do it?
All the money stuff.
Kate's gonna do it. 'Cause-
All right, at the top of page 8, where it says department,
Which page?
Department of page 8, he said.
is that a continuation of the Conservation Commission, or what is that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
conservation,
Okay,
right,
all right. Thank you.
that's yours.
Yep. I wanted to make sure I had that.
Correct. And, okay, then you can.
Maybe we should stay for
Just
that.
finish it out. That goes along with the admin stuff. You good with that? And I'll talk to Dan, and we may have a few changes. But we have a game plan.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, yeah. We do.
Right, you got them.
We have it done. So,
We have about 5 minutes or so, do you have anything in public?
I think what we're gonna do is, no, we're going to adjourn the meeting and give ourselves a break to have a bathroom break and get a bottle of water if we want, okay? So I'll have a motion to adjourn
So
the meeting.
moved. Second.
And Craig seconds, all those in favor?
I
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.